Hey Pam, welcome. Hello everyone. Kim from K&RP here in southeastern Manitoba. It's semi-cloudy, semi-sunny, not much smoke in the air. Currently 19 degrees Celsius, which means it's 66 Fahrenheit. Beautiful weather out there. Should be out playing in the yard, but you know how it goes. So a couple of things. I've been complaining that a lot of my threads, when I use them, because they've been on a spool, they're old, I go to hand sew with them and they just instantly bubble and knot and make a mess. So my hand stitching isn't fantastic. So people said to run the thread through wax. They did after I asked what kind of wax, they suggested beeswax. So I do have a chunk of beeswax. I have tried it with crochet cotton. I love the way that it feels. It's totally different. Hey, Melody, welcome. So I could definitely do it through beeswax. I also thought I would try running some through crayon. So this is the same ecru crochet cotton, but I ran it through a crayon. It's not stiff. It just picked up the color, and the color does transfer. If you run it through your fingers, you actually get some of the crayon color on. But seriously, those of us who crochet and those of us that use fine crochet cotton, if we want, hey Belinda, welcome. If we want specific colors for a project we're doing or something that isn't available, run it through a crayon and you get just a lovely, it just gives you a lovely color, you know. I'm not sure if it's water fast, although I have done batik work with crayons in the past and I've got the stuff wet and it hasn't run. So, hey, Anne, welcome. So, I'm thinking that it should be color fast after a while. I'm not sure. Anyway, most of us, when we're playing with the fine stuff, we're doing doilies and things for our journals or little applique things for our journals. But this will just give us an additional way of coloring it for something different. It's if it's just getting glued down, we'll be fine. Anyway, you can run your thread through crayons and get beautiful colors. Rambling on for no apparent reason here today. Okay, so that was that. Then I showed you the chunky book that I'm doing, and I've been trying to figure out a nice way to put it together. So Jean was nice enough to send me this. I'm not sure if it's the Coptic stitch or whatever, but it sure does a nice job. Again, I just use crochet cotton because I've got so much of it. I punched extra holes in these tags. This is that tag book that I did that doesn't have the sound that I was looking for. But I really do like the way that stitch goes. I'd never done it before, so I experimented with that and I like it. What else have I done? I glued a whole bunch of old business cards to painty paper so that I can use them for pockets and tags and things. I came across this piece that I did eons ago, just using scraps out of magazines. And I'm just showing it to you guys because I think that could make a very interesting background and a nice way to use up scraps. I started gluing eyeballs in it. I was on an eyeball phase. So you can ignore that, but that's kind of a really cool kind of pattern thing. Scrap usage. What else have I been doing this week? I did some doodling. Those stencils I did on book pages, I've been doodling and cutting those out, putting them aside for journals. Been playing with the journals. Been playing a lot with pen and ink, actually, is what I've been doing. So I have an idea for today. I know you guys have all done this probably. I have not, and I've been wanting to. So I figured I would try it today. I want to do like a door. Hey, Sherry, welcome. So I've got all this scrap white paper. I've got so much scrap paper. You guys know how that is. It never ends. So I'm just going to do it. I'm going to use this as a base because I haven't done it and I've got an idea and I would like to do it. So I've also got this piece of kind of wood grainy paper that I did. Now I think if I was to do the door, I would want to double it up, back it with something. What about if I just fold it in half? I don't know how big a door I want. There's really not that much of it. So I think what I'll do is I'm going to take a piece of this paper and I am going to glue it on the back just so that it's a little bit more stable for what I want. You guys having a good weekend? Elmer's glue wall, here we go. Yeah, I'm doing it at an angle just so that I can get this big piece. Oh, I backed all the ATCs I did this week too. Well, I had a productive couple of days since I saw you guys last. Yesterday we went to an aerobatic air show. Acrobatic air show. Aerobatic? Good, Kim. Acrobatic air show. It wasn't exactly what we were blah, 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 what we were anticipating it to be. We thought that it would be much more frequent, that the planes were up and doing stuff much more frequent. So we found it a little bit slow going for what we were anticipating. But it was interesting. I couldn't see the plane a lot of the time. I've got those stupid thingies in my eyes where I lose sight of things. And so quite often I couldn't see the plane, but Ron could see it. And he took some interesting pictures. So that's a cool thing. Okay, so I glued this down. I'm just going to cut out just an arched door kind of thing. Probably an arched door wouldn't be so good to try this first one with, but that's okay. This is just play, right? So now I'm thinking I shouldn't have cut that flush. Find something that doesn't have writing on the other side. This is blank both sides. I want something to use as a hinge, so I cut that too close. Yeah, he got some interesting pictures, which was good because that way I could actually see what was happening up in the air. It wasn't what we anticipated or expected. We didn't dislike it, but I don't know that we will go again. So I don't know how you guys do doors. I really don't, but I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it this way. So I just cut out, this is going to be the door itself. I backed it to make it a little bit sturdier and then realized I should have left extra so that I could use it as the hinge. Goonie bird legs with that paper. I could do Goonie bird legs with this paper. I use it for fence boards though. A lot of times this paper. Okay, so we're going to have it open on the left. So I'm going to go around, just down the side a little bit, and then I'm going to go out. I don't know how much I want for the hinge or what I'm going to need, so I'm going to be very, very generous with it. Then across the bottom. Oh, let's cut it. And I'm going to, again, do it so that it's there. Okay, so that's going to be the hinge side. This is what I'm going to build it on. I am going to go around it with a black marker. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this hinge and I'm going to fold it back for now. And I'm going to just black the edge. Of course, you can use whatever kind of painty paper you have on hand. I'm just using this because I had a scrap of it sitting there. I've got this black here, so I could do some black strapping across this door. Could be interesting. Black strapping, and oh, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. I'm going to take little strips of this black. That's going to be plenty to give me what I need. Just a piece is what I need. So the door is going to have black strips across it. And I know that they're not straight. I'm not overly concerned with that at the moment. I'm going to glue it right onto this hinge thing that I want so that it gives it that little bit more stability as well. Did I not cut 3 strips? Did I lose one? There it is. Or even 2 would probably do it. This one's not very long. I'm going to do them. I'm going to put these down for the hinges and the strapping across the door. So it kind of looks like an old-fashioned chunky door. And again, I'm going right over onto this because that's going to be part of the hinge. It's just going to give that extra stability. And I don't know why I flip a plain piece of paper over to glue it. That is just something I do. Those of you that watch me do it probably just shake your head, but that's okay. It is okay. See, I did it again. It's just what I do. Hey, Barbara, welcome, welcome. So I've got a vision of how I want to do hinged doors for my journals. I've been meaning to do this for a very long time, Barbara, but I haven't done it yet. So I'm going to trim these ones off this edge because that's the side of the door that opens. And I'm going to cut this down now, about like that. And then I am going to fold that back. And forth. Okay, so I've got that. Now we are going to glue this strip down onto this piece of paper. Like I say, I'm building it on a frame so that I can just put the whole thing in a journal. Yeah, habit of turning papers over for gluing. Definitely. So I am just going to glue along this piece here and put it down. Glue it onto this white piece of paper. Okay. So it will open. Okay, we've got a door. You can write on the back. You could write on this piece here. But what I want to do now, I have this. It's kind of I don't know what it. I just scraped paint on this paper. So I am just going to take, I guess that's probably about 2 inches, maybe. I don't care. You know how it goes. And I'm going to fold it like this. And I'm going to cut down that edge. Cut there. Cut the fold off. Cut this fold off. And I'm going to cut it in half. And hope that it's enough. Because I'm going to do it sort of like bricks along the outside. You know, I probably could have just done, you know, how it goes. I don't know. I was gluing. If you're playing along with me, we can be gluing. How's that? Come on. There's 2 of you here. I know there's 2 of you there. I think I'm going to have to cut just a few more. Just a few more. Yep. A few more. So I'm just going to take a piece of paper roughly the same length as those. And again, I'm just going to cut the fold, both folded edges off. And you know what? It's okay if they're not quite the same size. They're close. We'll just alternate a few, and there's not going to be much difference. So then I'm going to have like bricks around the door. Does that make sense? So I'm going to start gluing these down. I know this is so exciting today. I'm sorry I'm boring you guys. Just add them all in together. You know what? I'm going to edge them all first. Of course, you can cut them, wobble cut them, and make them like rocks. So that there's rocks around the door. Are you having an exciting weekend, Barbara? Been doing anything fun? Go anywhere exciting? Of course, I would use a piece of this kind of paper where the grain is much tighter because that's a big, pretty heavy grain for this small piece. What else have I been up to? Jean and I were talking about doing a project that, oh, see, I should have done those so that, right. Jean and I were talking about doing a project that we could all do together, a journal, and so we're working out the plans on that. We would be doing it Friday with friends, and So we're working on that idea. What else? What else, guys? What else is new? What else have I been doing? I've been cleaning up my desk. I've been finding all kinds of stuff I forgot about. Like I say, I found that stack of business cards, and so I glued them all down to painty papers. They will make lovely, sturdy pockets in some journals or tags. Nice, Barbara. Excellent. That's a good deal. Is it like a sweatshirt or a sweater? Let's see what else is new. Nothing since Friday, really. Went to that acrobatic show. Just been here playing and doing stuff. How's your jacket coming, Sherry? Have you been working on it? Those triangles and things? Oh, did I tell you guys? I found a pattern. It's a free pattern. It's on Pinterest, and it's for crocheting ladies. And they're like an applique, and it's like she's got a poodle on a leash, and she's in a skirt, but she's facing backwards, so there's no face involved, just hair, skirt, uh, blouse, legs, arms. Very cute pattern that I want to try doing with crochet cottons. Okay, cozy, definitely cozy. So those of you who are really into architecture, oh, just was stumbled over that word. Okay, I did stumble over that word. Um, you know that the when you've got the over the door, they're kind of at an angle so that it's a continuous thing. I'm not as fussy about that right now. I'll probably do some sort of viney drawing stuff over it to cover up my oops. This is just a prototype of how I think I would do a door. You do a door. Do you remember? There used to be that thing. You do a door. Okay. All over the place again, guys. That's who I am. So we're going to start gluing these bricks down. And I don't want it covering the door because we want the door to be able to open. So I'm going right over those hinges. Right over those hinges. And that's going to give it that additional bit of stability. I'm hoping. Have any of you guys done doors in your journals? How do you do them? Am I overthinking this? Well, I think we're going to have a fall. I'm hoping we're going to have a fall. Well, here's a short brick. I can trim it down so that they're all equal, which is fine. Got to make sure this door opens. Pull back your bricks if you need to. Oh. Can I pull you back? Come back, come back. No. Well, we can fix that. Nope, no doors. Sherry, Melody, Anne, anybody else done anything like this with doors? Have you played? See, I know how we do flip outs when we do journals, right? We put that washi tape or whatever, and it shows on the back. I didn't want anything to be showing on the back. That's why I decided to do the hinges towards the front of the piece. All right, so now we're going to start going around the corner a little bit. Around the corner we go. See, I should have done that more at an angle. It's okay. I can come back and fill it in with other bits after if I need to, want to, you know. I just had this vision in my head. And I'm just dragging you guys along with me. You know how we go. Probably should have done bricks or rocks instead of bricks because it's still going to be interesting. Like I say, this is just my first attempt. I mean, I could have cut the door. Whoops. I could have cut a piece of paper around the door, if you know what I mean, that, and then just drawn these on or painted them on. Kind of looks like a dentist's nightmare, doesn't it? Yellow-green teeth. Masonry at work, yes. Okay, Barbara. I mean, I've done flips where you flip things up and there's something cute underneath, whatever. I've done those. But I wanted an actual door. And if I had any real, thought behind it, I probably could have printed out something from a magazine and adapted it. Oh, yeah. Fall colors would be nice. Orange and browns and golds. It would. It would. Let's kind of be a little bit straight. Okay, we got a wobble door with wobble bricks. Kind of works. Kind of works. All right. That's all going to get trimmed flush at the bottom because that'll go on the page like that. Now I'm going to take these and cut wedgie things out of them. Yep, I said wedgies. Sticking them in between. I kind of like that, guys. It's really a wonky door. Ugh. Covered in glue again. I think that should be my song. Need just a couple more little slivers. Just little slivers. Like that. 1, 2, 3 I need. All right. It's happening, guys. It's happening the way I wanted it to. And I'm not overly worried that these aren't level up there or down the sides, because we can cut it the way we want it. Right? Right. So, before I cut it, I'm going to take a white gel pen, and I'm going to put some rivets. Come on. Oh, this one's out of ink. I put it back. I want to get this cap thing off because I use it when I make jewelry and stuff. The pen caps, instead of buying beading caps all the time, I like using my pen caps. This one does not want to come off. It must be glued on or something. I'll have to see if Ron can get that for me. Yeah, exactly. So I've got this door with the bricks. It's fun. And it does open. So there's space to right here, space to right there. It'd be fun to put something peeking out, maybe. I don't know. This, like I say, first attempt. We're just playing here. Just playing. White gel pen. Why is my ugly brush in there? Over there. Okay, so we're going to put some rivets on the door. So I'm just putting white dots down. We're going to need a black handle on here. So I'll cut out a piece of that black cardstock and do a long handle. Okay, so we've got the dot so that it looks like it's strapped down. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this black gel pen and I'm just going to do it so it's like screws. I'm just going to do a black line in the middle of those dots so they look like screw heads. Can you see it? Can you see it? Also, because that white really does swear at this piece. All right. I like that. I really like the way that turned out. You're gonna come on, focus. There we go. So then, of course, I can come in with this fine gel pen, this black gel pen, and do some finer lines in the wood. And that makes it look totally different. Totally different. Except I got the nib all gooped up with the white ink, evidently. I'm just going to do quick wonky lines down, just because I think that it needs something bit more. Those black bark lines and grain lines are just a little heavy. So by doing this, it shows that it's not quite so heavy. Don't know how well you can see it, but it just makes it look more fine grained. Hey Shaz, welcome. All right, so let's make a handle out of a piece of black paper. What kind of handle do I want? I'm going to fold it. I want it to be a point at the top and a point at the bottom. And then it goes in. Oh, it's really hard to do this with such big scissors. I know how I want it to go. Will I manage to do it with these scissors? Little piece of folded cardstock like this? Magic. Yeah. How is Canada today? Canada is nice and cool and wonderful. It's 19 Celsius here today, Shaz. So little, I can't even unfold it, guys. Yeah. So that's going to be the handle. It is a good temperature. So I'm just going to glue this down flat. Actually, that would have been nice for the hinges too, that shape. I am going to outline it with the white, just so that it shows. Let it dry. Hey, Jean, welcome. I was just talking about us doing that possible journal along. I'm making doors. I've never done doors, and I had an idea of how to do a door with a hidden hinge. It's under the bricks or the stonework or whatever you want to call it. So I think what I need to do is I need to go around it with black, because that white there really shows. I don't want to use that. I want to use just a nice black Sharpie. Maybe it's not going to work the way I anticipated. Maybe I gotta go like this. Yep, I gotta go like this. Yep. Well, something like that. Guess I gotta go down this side too. Oh, it's not gonna get all the way into that crack. Better, not great. Not great. I think I need like a finer tip. It is nice weather. You're ready? You're ready to do those journals? I could say I'm ready, but it may be a lie. This has a nice chisel end. See if I can. There we go. There we go. Yeah. Not only do I have glue, I have felt marker. It's okay. It's the way we roll. So even though I really like the way it is wonky like that, I am going to trim it down just so that it's going to be easier to put into or fussy cut it to go into the book. Oh, that's got to go a little bit more in because that brick is short. It's the short brick. And we're going to trim across the bottom here. Then we're going to take that chisel marker. I lost it. Right here. Are we starting on Friday? We could. We definitely could. So I think I'm just going to do black lines between all these bricks so it looks like mortar. Have you put doors in your journals before, Jean? I had this idea and I had to try it. I've been wanting to do it for a while and I haven't. You know how that goes? Oh, I didn't want to use this marker for that. Don't use that marker. Well, I had this idea to do real looking doors. Not that this is a real looking door, but it's so that you open it up and you got space to right here and space to right there, and then you can just glue it down. You could even actually just glue it on the sides and have it as a pocket. I like it. So we did a door, guys. We did a door. So I would do windows the same way. I might take some clear plastic and put it in a framework so you could see in. You could put like a daily affirmation or something in there. You could put a piece of poetry. You could put some sort of weird looking creature behind the door. All right. So now I know I can do doors. Yay. Jean, I was showing this. I was cleaning. I came across this that I did ages ago. This is magazine pages, all solid colors that are cut out of magazines. And I love the way it turned out with all the rectangles and stuff. And then I started putting eyeballs on it because I was on an eyeball phase. It lasted all of 4 eyeballs. Yeah, a Goonie bird would be good behind the door. Or actually, it'd be kind of cute. You open it up and you've just got like a little head peeking out. Just a head. Yeah, a lion with a mane would work too. Of course, you can come in and embellish these more like bricks or whatever you want. I'm just using what I had on the table. Several heads along the edges, like a whole row of cat heads or something. Or a pink flamingo or something. Or a big frog or a gnome. Yeah. You know what? Let's add that to the journals that we're doing. A variety of heads would be hilarious. They would. I don't know if I would want to cut them out of um okay. Here's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a body, no head, but a hand holding balloons, and all the heads would be on the balloons. Like you could take your choice of what head would be on it. Does that make sense to anybody other than me? Yeah, I would glue the heads down first and then you could have a cat and a dog and a fish, you know? Could be a lot of fun. Anyway, it'd be door number 1. What's behind door number 1? I need to get more sleep. You know what? I slept really good last night. I really did. I really do. But still, I think that could be fun, an entire journal of doors. So what would you guys put behind your doors? If Jean and I are doing this journal, we were thinking of doing a rainbow journal. Correct, Jean? A monster. Or a robot. Oh, now I need to make a little monster. Oh, yeah. What have I got? I just used up all the scrap painty papers over there. I've got more. I have more. No. Let me grab the bin. Grab the box of scrap papers. And we have to make a little monster. Hey, Dawn. Welcome, welcome. Hi, Janet. Welcome. Made a little door today. I've never done a door before. And so now we're just thinking of what to put behind the door and decided on a monster. So I'm just looking for something that I want to make a monster out of. See, I've got all my ones that I printed off. Oh, what about a little orangey kind of monster? Or a pink? Oh, I've got this pink. Let's do just a... I see the monster. I see the monster today. I see you a monster and raise you a robot. Yeah. This is just rare offs or something. Okay, I see this little monster, and he's got two big feet. I'm wobble cutting, guys. I'm wobble cutting. He's got two big feet. Then he got big body and a little head. Don't want to cut off the feet. Didn't give him any arms, but that's okay. I can add arms. Ooh. Definitely a wobble body. Okay. You know, I didn't even see if he would fit behind the door. Oh, got to trim the feet down just a little bit. For this foot. Make this foot just a little smaller. Oh, big cricket in my basement. Where are you? I hear you. Okay, so there we have the monster. I am going to paint on a face. I need some white. White. No white. I need some white. Okay, some white. Oh, a little toe sticking out. I can have a little toe sticking out, definitely. Like that. Little toe sticking out. Wow, that's a big bugger. I'm going to have to track that down shortly. Because he's close. When we bought our house, I don't know if it was moved onto the basement or what it was, but the frame doesn't sit properly on the cement foundation basement. So the first year we moved in, we had hundreds of crickets in our basement. But my basement is so full now that having a little cricket in here is just really annoying. Because I can't find them as easy as I used to. Okay, so first of all, we need some eyeballs. We got some big eyeballs. All right. Oh no, he's out. We painted all the baseboards because he bought the wood to do the baseboard. So we primed it, painted it, and all the wood went ha and fuzzed up. So he's out sanding everything that got painted, and it's no. I'll deal with the cricket. And we'll have a little woogie mouth like this. And we will take a really little paintbrush like this. And we need a little tooth. And a little tooth there. And another one here. So we've got tooths. Now we need some arms. Yeah. He's really happy about having to do that. Let's take this black gel pen. Let's give him some knees. I got glue on this. He's got a shiny spot. belly button. Let's give them some like hairish kind of stuff here. A couple of rows of big fuzzies. Let's outline those teeth. The paint is still wet for the eyes. What else do we need? Well, I guess we need some hair there. Arms. We need arms. What are you doing? Where did you come from? Why did you just pop up out of the blue? You can go away. Why isn't it going away? There we go. Okay, Jean, see ya, see ya. Okay, so we need a couple of arms with hands or paws or something. So I want an elbow. And it's going to stick into the arm, into the body, behind the body. Well, it's a very sharp elbow. Oh, let's wobble cut some fingery things. Oh, lost my elbow. That's kind of more like a wrist. And I definitely need an elbow now, Kim. It's going up. And fingers. Yeah. Hands aren't cooperating today, guys. Maybe that one's got to come down here. Ah. Interesting. It's a dancing monster, guys. We're going to glue these arms on. Too much glue stuck into the bottom paper. Want it up, up. All right. All right. So we've got an elbow, and we've got wrist, and fingers, and wrist, body. That arm comes into there like that, like that, like that. So he's coming along. He's coming along. Oh, we got toes and a hand sticking out the door. That's okay. So now we need eyes. Let's do these eyes. So we're going to outline them. And then we're going to take a light green felt marker and just about fill them in with the light green. Are we focusing? Come on. L-shaped placement tools for gel plate. Oh, you're talking about if this, let me get a square piece of paper. If this is the gel plate, you want something for the edge so that you could put, snug the paper up into it so it doesn't move. Is that what you're, chop up a cardboard box. Get a box that's higher than the gel plate and cut down so that if this is the side of the box, cut it so that the gel plate would sit on top, and then you've got the edge of the box, a cereal box or whatever. Yeah. Yeah. I think a cardboard box would work fine. Let me just. Do I have a cardboard box sitting here? I do, but okay, so it's got a lot of stuff in it. So then I would cut here, like down the side and across the bottom, maybe at an angle so the gel plate sits nice and firm, and then down however wide, and then it would always be. So the other thing you could do is, I'm looking for my cat. Do it like on your cutting mat so that the gel prints in place, and then you can see where the grid lines are, unless the paint's too thick. But still, you'd be able to see the grid lines on the side so that you could position it, right? Let me. Okay. This is the edge of the gel plate. It's right along this mark here. So if this is the line that you need to position it, you'd see it right through, right? Not underneath necessarily, because this is covered in paint. But you would see the line on both sides. So then you know that it has to go on that line. And you could do the same thing with the cardboard box. You could have it marked where you need the gel print to sit, right? You could put a paper clip or draw a black line specifically where, does that make sense, Anne? Would that work for what you need? Okay. So my monster needs some red fingernails. All the monsters need red fingernails. You're welcome. The only other thing I could think of is if you had a ruler, right? Oh, throwing things on the floor. And you glued corks or something underneath it so that it's level, just so it sits above the gel plate. It is crazy stupid. Anything that you buy for art supplies is crazy stupid. So if you had a couple of corks or whatever you want to use, what else? I'm sure you could come up with something. Hot glue it to the bottom of your ruler, and that way you could have the ruler positioned exactly where you need it to be. Yeah, and red toenails too. Does that make sense, Anne? That if you took like a straight edge, cheap plastic ruler or whatever, a couple of blocks of wood underneath, or paperback books, if you had two paperback books. Yeah. Just so that you can have it so that it's not right on top of the plate, right? So it's over the plate when you had a baby. Awesome. Okay, red paint. So that could work too, Lan. Just even if you had, I don't know what else, a couple of bottle caps, pill bottle caps or caps from a peanut butter jar on either end so that it's the same height, but you need it so that you could maneuver it wherever. Okay, don't need too much red. Again, I'm using this little wee fine brush. And we need red. Red pointy fingernails. I guess I could have used a marker for that. Do we want a little bit of red on one of his teeth? I think so. He is a monster after all. All right, so we're going to let this paint dry. Wave it around. Wave it. Oh, sorry, that's probably making you sick. Would that work though, Anne, using even just a straight ruler, cardboard box? And the cardboard box, if you did that, the L-shaped ruler could sit on top of it, like you could jury rig something that it would work from any direction. I like this little monster. Just going around the edges of the fingernails, like where the cuticles are. Thanks, Anne. So we would have like a hand and toes sticking out. Okay, let's glue them down. Is that paint dry? See, I had Mod Podge dripped on him. He's a little bit shiny. Just might have to put Mod Podge on the whole thing after. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. And again, this is just a piece of brown paper that I had sitting down here when we were painting or something one day. I don't throw anything out, but you guys knew that too. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to outline him, but I'm going to just scribble outline him so that he looks hairy. Does that make sense? Oh, he's got hairy toes. Ugh. Oh, and maybe he needs some antennae. And Morley is his name. Oh, okay, that's Morley. Close the door. Oh, we got a flat, squished monster. You know that fairies book? Lady Cottington's fairy lady. So she would be out in her garden and a fairy would land on her book and she would smush it. So there are all these like fairies. Yeah, it does. Well, that was fun. That was fun. This is Morley. You know, guys, I was throwing stuff out today. I actually did throw a fair bit of stuff out. But that was fun. Okay. It's only been an hour. And I've done a door and a monster. Now I want to make a whole bunch of little monsters like this. Just so that I can tuck them behind doors and things. He's so cute. Okay, let's do another monster. I'm in the mood for little monsters, guys. I'm sorry. We're going to do a pink one. He did the smash, the monster smash. He did. Okay, I want to do little monsters because they have to fit behind doors. See, I don't want something that's going to take up the whole page. And this is probably as big as I want to go if I was doing it in a journal. So no bigger than this. They got to be littler monsters. This one's going to have clumpy feet. Clumpy feet. Long legs. Short body. Big head. Bye, Barbara. Take care. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I keep thinking Cookie Monsters too. I do. I didn't leave him any arms. These are gonna be his arms. They're gonna be really short. Short arms with hands. Almost like a T-Rex monster. I hear you, Cricket. I do, I do. You'd think I'd be able to see him because he's so noisy. It's got to be or under the couch, I think. Silly darn things. Oh, yeah. So he's got little short arms, big fat feet, almost like boots, but they're not boots. We're going to actually draw toes on these, like this. Yeah, I hear you. You just wait. I'm going to come and find you soon. Enjoy your chirping. So we got toes. So I'm going to cut them out. Let's just do a little bit of wobble cutting around these toes here. Ah. Yep, that's the cricket. We got some toes happening here. So I'm going to put nails at the very bottoms of those toes. Annoying little pest, isn't he? Well, it's going to be calling for help or something because it's not going to be around too long. So you've got toes with nails, and I'm going to put little tufties of hair on top of the toes because some monsters have to have hairy toes. It's just the way it is. We got some hairy toes. No, we don't. We just get these little cretins. And again, we need some kneecaps. And let's glue these arms on. All right, we got the arms on, we got legs, we got funky toes. Let's make some eyes. Do we want 3 eyes this time? Three eyes? Nobody's answering me. 3 eyes it is. Okay, mouth. Three-eyed Cyclops? Isn't a Cyclops a single-eyed dude? I don't know. This guy's going to have a bunch of little teeth. I really should be able to see him because he sounds like he's right out in the open. Okay, let's give him some fingernails up top. He is a monster. So we're going to do it so that his fingers... Do monsters have fingers? These ones do. Oh. His nails have to go all the way to the line. So big, long fingernails. Big, long fingernails. So like this. Like this. Because it's going, ah! And his arms are nice and short. Oh, this one's actually more like an alien than a monster, but that's okay. Is that white dry yet? Good enough. I can outline it. And we can give him some eyelashes. Am I getting carried away? Yes, yes I am. It's okay. Now, what color eyes do we want this guy to have? Light blue and orange. Oh. What about this green? Or I think I want him to have orange eyeballs. Well, he's got toenails. He can have fingernails too. It's the little details that make it so. Make it so, make it so, make it so. Oh, wrong way. Do we have focus? I think he needs some armpit hair. He's not hairy like the other dude. Belly button. Although, do monsters actually have belly buttons? Are they mammals or not? I think I want just a little bit of white highlight on the nails. That's that dead one. He's got a French manicure, guys. I'm giving him white fingernail tips and toes. I like it better. Okay. Thornbill? Jerry. I can't name him Jerry. That's my husband's best friend's name. And I can't remember what this guy's name was either. I have to. What was his name? I have to write it on the back. Do. Morley. That's Morley. Morley. And Thornball. Yeah. Yeah, he's got knees. And Thornball. I could go on making little monsters all day. They're fun. Well, guys, it's been an hour and a half. I have to go and deal with that noisy little pest over there, wherever it may be. So I am going to say thanks for watching. Thanks to everybody who was in the balcony. Thanks to anybody who comes and watches the replay. And I hope you enjoyed my play at learning how to figuring out how I would like to do a door. And I'm going to just make some little monsters the rest of the day. Actually, I have to go out and pick tomatoes or apples or something. Ron said something was ready out there to be picked. Awesome. So I am going to go and be a cricket killer. You just got to do it. Just got to do it. Thanks for coming. Take care, everybody, and hope to see you on Tuesday. Thanks again. Hope I inspired you to play with something. Try the doors. And stay tuned for Jean and I to, we're going to post what we need. I'll have a list on Tuesday of what we're going to need for doing these journals. So take care. Bye, all. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.